FANCAM on Silk Devils. Today I have a Coimbatore boy and a childhood Red Devils Manchester United fan, Ashwin. Ashwin, what's up? How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good, good. As you can see, midweek, although we don't have any games over the weekend, we're still smiling. So we've had a pretty good season that way. How was it against Leicester? I mean, were you like okay, relax, or oh man, it was damn nervous.
No, I don't think I've been that tensed in a while. Um, I think after Champions League final, this is the most tensed game, I think, because we didn't have
Oh,
any that depended on like a knockout game, no? So
yeah.
it was pretty tight until we got
I
that.
mean, that's also quite a bit. Like it's been what about what 10, 9 8 9 years since that
Yeah,
game. So we've fallen quite a bit.
yeah,
But I think it was something very similar to that PSG experience last year. Oh man, I was tense then. I was shitting bricks, and I think this game also was like. But yeah, we didn't have any expectations
yeah. We
in
didn't.
that
Yeah,
PSG game.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
and
but I didn't watch the penalty again. I didn't watch the penalty this time too.
No,
uh,
I was watching it and I was hoping and praying that Bruno doesn't hop, but he did, and
he
thankfully
did.
he scored. So
Oh man, that I mean, I think the goalkeeper screwed up that one. Like he
yeah,
was moving way too much.
yeah,
But like I mean, obviously it's been good. Ashwin, it's been good. I think for as a Manchester United fan perspective, that we finished in the top four. But of course, like everybody else is going to talk pretty much against that fact that still we finished with 66 points, equal to last season.
yeah,
We really struggled in the first half of the season. That way, we've had quite a bad start. We've had a pretty average winter. You can say like those games. I think we lost about 7 8 games there, 6 games I think there, plus
yeah,
about 12 draws overall. 33 points off Liverpool.
yeah.
Um, do you still think, or as I mean, probably your honest opinion, Ole is the right guy to take us to that title search, or at least bridge that gap between the top two?
I think well, I think he is to start it off, but I would say if you split Ole's time at United into four quarters, he started off great with those 10 games unbeaten, and then went into a slump. I think we had a real chance to finish in the top four then. We threw it away. And that kind of set us up for this season. We started off against Chelsea really well. And of course, then injuries and all of that. And then we had a slump again. But I think he is the right guy because you could see with the counter-attacking football we played against the teams like City. Those games were really great to watch, and it brought some amount of excitement back, especially after a Van Gaal and a Mourinho. I mean,
Mourinho.
I mean, all those reports about how Alex Ferguson wanted Mourinho, I still can't believe it. Uh, I mean, Barca has a style of play, United has a style of play, and Chelsea has a style of play, which was brought about by Mourinho. So I was really shocked when we appointed, and Spurs after
I,
that. I mean, not to
I mean
divert.
that we can probably I think we can excuse Ferguson just because he got us like all this thing. But I think yeah, he screwed up with Moyes and probably the
Yeah,
Mourinho backing also that way. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean go on, go on.
So I think Ole is on the right track, and so the third quarter, I think again we didn't have that midfield player who could find the forwards. Again, Marshall as usual slumping and wasn't too happy, and Rashford was kind of taking on all of the weight on his shoulders for a while when Marshall was injured, and vice versa. And but all of that kind of just clicked into place when Bruno came in. So that was kind of the missing link that Ole needed in his team. And so back to and then we finished the season strong with the last quarter again, that unbeaten run. I think we played great football also until the draw against Southampton, and then it was kind of I guess everybody was tired, and
Yeah.
it showed. But that goes to show the lack of depth in the squad, which I think with the next two transfer windows, if he gets the money, I think he could take us to the title again depends on what City does, because I don't think City is going to die down.
Yeah, they're going to go for another 200, 300 million search for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
That's going to happen. But I mean, it's interesting that you're talking about Rashford in that. I mean, obviously, we all know what Bruno's done. We all know the impact he's brought into the team since January. Uh, with Rashford, and I guess even you can talk about Maguire to that extent. Do you think those were our impact players for the season, or do you have any other players in mind who really took us through that difficult phase? And then obviously once Bruno came in, everything started, pulling in together.
I do think Rashford had a great season. I think I would probably put him ahead of Martial, and if you wanted me to list out the impact players, ahead of Maguire as well. But our defense was good, no doubt about it, including De Gea. He made a few mistakes, but then he did keep us fighting. And I would say so. Rashford, Martial, and a lot of people, when they talk about impact players for United, they only talk about these two. But I think Greenwood had a great season.
Oh, fantastic season! What a player we found.
Yeah.
Really.
And, he scored a lot of important goals, and a lot of the draws. I think he was the one who got the equalizing goal or the first goal to bring us back into the game. And also, his growth is there to see, because so much so that I forget who the commentator was, but against Leicester, either during halftime or just before the game started, he was saying, United fans would be hoping that if a chance did come, it would fall to Greenwood, because yes,
It's a short goal. It's a short
yeah,
goal.
yeah. So I think Rashford, Martial, it's about time he had this season. Let's see if he pulls this off next season. I think Greenwood. So I think our forward line as a whole had a huge impact. Obviously, the number of goals they scored, that's the reason we were able to finish that. And if it did come to goal difference, that was the reason we were in the reckoning. And I think Wan-Bissaka had a great season as well. I don't think he is very good when he goes forward. Surprising considering he was a winger converted into a defender. But his tackling is obviously, enough has been said about it, and stats speak for itself. And he's great when he doesn't have the ball. When he does have the ball, he doesn't know what to do with it.
And they were targeting him. I think during the Leicester game also, you could see that they were really targeting his side of the and allowing him to be on the ball. So obviously then his conversion wasn't pretty great, and I don't think he has that. Like you talk about Trent and what he does with the ball on his feet, and those crosses coming in. I don't think he has that. I don't know if he's going to pull in that in the next season, or is he that type of player to probably give us those through balls or those crosses. That's something which probably we might need to have like a backup, or get Sancho in to have like a proper winger out on right, which is what we're going to talk about next. Your take on who should actually first we talk about who's going to clear out from the squad. We know Ole is really good at clearing out deadwood. We saw with Young, we saw with Sanchez, we saw with Smalling, Lukaku, pretty much everyone leaving Rojo as well. So who do you think in the second phase of removing deadwood, who's he going to remove?
I think primarily the slower players. Mata is great and he is a magician and all of that, but I think he's too slow for the style of play that United has adopted or has gone back to. I don't think he fits into Ole's style of play at all. Mourinho, yes, but not Ole. But so I think Mata has to go. I don't see him even as a substitute making an impact, because you wouldn't want him to come on. You'd rather see a Dan James come because he has the pace and he can drive and dribble and all of that. So I think Mata, Pereira, Lingard, although I don't think Lingard is going to be sold. For some reason, Ole loves him.
We saw that in the last game too again. Yeah. Luckily, he scored that goal, man. Oh, shit. That's probably going to sign him for another season. That's for sure. That's the unfortunate part.
Yeah.
Who else do you think?
And I obviously Sanchez. I think he should be. We should get rid of him, irrespective of how much we're going to get for him. And Jones hasn't played in a long time. I don't think he's going to get a chance. And I think Smalling also looks like he's going to be allowed to leave to Roma. So I think that's about it.
But I mean, then you're going to obviously see. I mean, we already spoke about how we're not good in depth, right? Like we don't have a squad, we don't have a second team per se, right? Who we can probably bank on if the first team fails. So in that sense, if we clear out all these guys, how many players can we actually bring in? How much? I mean, do you think Woodward's going to give us that backing?
I
The
think
Ole the backing.
uh, I think because we finished third, we're probably going to get a player more than we would have. So if we were going to get four, we might have a fifth one thrown in there because we finished third, and because of the great end to the season we had, and everybody's talking about how we played. But yeah, that's where I think we're going to have a problem because I mean, if we do get Sancho, it'll be great. Obviously, will probably do more to the squad. Well, at this point, after the finish that Bruno had, I can't say more than more of an impact than Bruno did. But that's the level of a player that he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't think we're going to get Grealish because he kind of did a uh, did a Villa a favor by keeping them up and upping his value as well. I don't think pay that much for somebody who's not going to go into the first team. And also with Dan James there, Greenwood there, I think Sancho is going to be the only one that's going to come into the forward line. We do need cover for Bruno because if he does get injured and if it is a long-term injury, then we're back to square one. We keep passing sideways and we can't find forward. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I mean, no, I said that then if Bruno gets injured, then we go back to Pereira. So yeah, we do have a big problem there.
Yeah, hopefully it won't
happen,
But yeah, so and the other thing is Pogba is a big question mark. Nobody really knows whether he's going to stay. But if we do lose him, then we obviously need to sign somebody in place of him because I don't think Fred or McTominay are going to replace him. And Matic, although he has been good, I wouldn't say great. He's been good after the restart. I don't think he goes into the starting 11 in a team that is trying to compete for the title. So because I don't think Matic gets into Chelsea or obviously not a City or a Liverpool, although people might argue the Henderson position. But,
but I thought Matic had a pretty good season.
He did,
and for his, I mean, from where he was, I think at the end of December, to finish at that level. See, I think what people forget is that we played like 3 games almost every week. So in the end, it definitely took a toll on the first team because they played pretty much every minute of the entire, all the games pretty much after lockdown. So the last 3-4 games were probably, I mean, we can't really judge too much on that. We should probably see in the starting of probably you can see Europa itself. Once if you bring back that swagger in Europa, then I think we definitely do have a team which is going to really push through with a couple of signings for sure. I think as you mentioned Sancho, and I think we do need somebody to cover in our fullback roles. We don't have the quality there, and I think we got found out in tactics against Southampton, against Leicester, against Chelsea, where they just targeted our fullbacks, basically allowing them to take the ball. So I think we need some more quality there. But Dan James, is he going to be a new signing again next season for us? Like, do you see that? Because he petered out pretty much after after September, October.
Yeah. I don't know. Ole might send him out on loan, but he's not there yet. He's not. He's definitely not there yet. It's probably just because even if you see the game against Chelsea, he wasn't effective. He was just he couldn't keep the ball, and he's not getting enough game time. And but obviously nobody got enough game time other than the starting 11 during the the last few games after restart.
I mean, I think probably he will foray in picture. I think probably he'll be there for the cup games. I guess he'll be there
Yeah, yeah.
for the cup games. I think probably that'll be something where we can see him. But talking more on the next season, right? We spoke about transfers. We spoke about who's going out. Um, Ole is still there. Ole is going to still be there, and we can see the team also, showing that support. We're seeing even the management showing the support in some way, at least giving him time, and they actually gave him time, to be honest. So where do you see us in the next season? After we've got the third position, we could even get a Europa in our bag as well. Where do we go next from here? Do we still say top four is okay for us, or do we push on from here?
I think obviously we're going to try to build on this, but then realistically, I think top three is still the target because, like I said, City is going to go all out for the next season. Neither Pep nor the management is going to just lie down and because other than the League Cup, they haven't won anything this year. Well, assuming they go out of the Champions League as well. But we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. Like I said, Ole's 4 quarters in the first half of this season or prior to lockdown, we dropped so many points. It was just unbelievable. I think end of the season, you take the stats and it's 12 draws and 8 losses. And that's incredible.
I'm more worried about those draws, actually. I'm more worried about those draws that we had. We had some really unnecessary draws, and that too, most of them were obviously bottom half team tables.
Yeah.
And I think that was big because we didn't have Bruno then to break them down. Because you saw that the post-lockdown phase, we were only facing bottom half teams, and we pretty much beat them. So we could see that turnaround, and we could see that gaps. I mean, those points which we lost in those games, which could probably add up to our tally. So I mean, but then I don't know how that's going to work out next season. But we're going to really start off with a bang or no. That's something which probably we have to see. But do you see Ole probably getting do you see him going through the season? Supposing, say, he doesn't have a good start, do you see Woodward seeing him out to the end of the season, at least 2 transfer windows, or do you see him giving only 1 transfer window and see what happens in the next until the winter, I guess?
No, I think Ole is going to get time because he's at least bought himself time with the end to this season, when he brought in Bruno and the fact that he fit in so well and he was the missing link, and it took one player to change the team completely. So obviously he knows what he's doing, and he has gotten himself more time. If the starting doesn't go so well next year, I think he will get the whole season.
Yeah, I mean, we're hoping that as well. And Mourinho came out with an interesting comment on Bruno today, telling that he's the best penalty taker. That's the player he is. So I mean, he's going to be in there as well. We can't forget Tottenham and Mourinho not being competing for the title next season. I'm sure he's looking at that as well because his wounds are also pretty much in the open. So Ole is going to have it tough next season, but yeah, he's given us that light, and I hope that we push on from here. And as you said, realistically, I think we should be at least consolidating this position and then push on how much ever we can in the next season. So it's been super fun, Ashwin. It's been great talking to you. We're really hoping that we see you more on the screen because Europa is coming up. So we have a lot of talk after games as well then to talk about. And since we're all in a good mood, I think we're going to do this a lot. Otherwise, if we had lost at Leicester game today, we wouldn't have this call on video for sure. But thanks for coming, Ashwin. Thank you so much for taking your time. We're going to see you more. Hope it was fun for you as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having
me. Thank you guys for watching this. Do follow, subscribe, like, share it out to your friends as well. And if you want to come on as well, or you want to have anything which you want to say, do type it in the comments below. Thank you guys. Keep watching the videos which are coming up. See you guys. See you, Ashwin.